Right, so we are back to talk about emotional intelligence. But before we get to Studio B, I want to just let listeners know that if you are just joining us, this is Dreamz 101.9 FM, and today being Saturday, we are talking about emotional intelligence. Emotional intelligence, and Mr. Pobi has taken us through a lot. He has taken us through a lot about what you need to understand about emotional intelligence. Especially the part I like is what we just finished, taking time to observe that pause before you take any action. And I have always had a wrong perception or a wrong notion that emotions are opposite of reasoning, or they are rivalry to reasoning. Today I've gotten to know that even in the reasoning there is emotions, so and in the emotions there's reasoning, so they are not just the opposite of each other. We seem to have our first caller. Hello. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Your name and where you calling us from?
I'm Jennifer, calling from Zoarungu.
Jennifer from Zoarungu. Thank you for joining us. Your question or your contribution?
My question is, like you have a partner.
You have a partner.
And you said it's like he's offended.
Okay, you say something and he's offended.
Yes, and you notice it, and like you try apologizing, but he's not accepting your proposal, your apology. What will you do?
Okay, so thank you very much, Jennifer. We will respond to you right now.
Okay.
This is actually the best platform to talk about them.
Very well.
So what's your take on her question?
Very well. So I mean, life is about relationships,
right?
It's important to all of us to have our relationships stable. I remember an incident. I did a training like that for a group, and guess what? When it was lunch break, I couldn't go for lunch because someone came up and a similar issue. We talked about it until the others came back from lunch, and we're still on it. We just had to go join the session, so we had to end it. And so there are some people that have a chronic anger issue.
Okay.
That is something that has to be dealt with, not by the partner.
Okay.
That is where you need someone else to help the person.
Right.
So if there is a counselor or there is an elderly person that this partner of yours respects, then you refer the person and let them start talking.
Okay.
Before your partner will agree to do that kind of talking, you have to make the proposal at a neutral time.
Right.
Not when he's angry like this. You come and say, well, this is your anger problem. If you don't seek help, we'll end the relationship. You are threatening the person.
Yeah, it's like water boiling and you want to use your hand to pick the egg out. Okay.
You know, on a neutral day, we are happy. Sometimes we are just having a normal conversation. Then you chip it in.
Right.
That this is something I've observed. And I think if you do this, it will help. You think about it. You know, you're not just imposing. You just, after making the suggestion, you say, think about it. You consider it. If you find it good, then you take the step. Okay. So that is where the person has that chronic means that it keeps. I mean, you are in the field.
It's always there.
Yes. So then you want the person to get help. But just the normal, today I'm angry, to that kind of thing, that one, there is something that triggered the anger.
The anger, okay.
And as you said, you have to find out how can I understand what brought the anger and see how best I can do something about the situation.
Okay.
And if you find that out, you'll be able to remedy the situation very well. So for some people, just one apology is enough.
Yeah.
For some situations, you need a second apology. You need a third apology. Sometimes you need to ask someone to come and apologize on your behalf. And that is why when you ask the question whether you should learn one thing that you will use, I was saying that different situations will require different approaches.
Okay.
So if you have a lot approaches, then you can try them and see which one works.
Okay.
Everyone has their soft spot.
Okay.
There are some people, the moment I see them, whatever the issue is, I have to drop it.
Okay.
So it gets to a certain level that you have to bring such people in. If you realize you have done your apology several times, and please, some of us fall victim to it. If you apologize and mean it, it shouldn't just be a formality.
Yeah.
We are talking emotional intelligence. If you don't mean it, I'll feel it.
Right. Some just say the words, but they don't actually
mean
do
what
the
they are
deed.
saying.
Okay.
If I sense that you are sorry, sometimes you don't even need to say anything. I just sense that you are sorry for what you did. And it's enough apology. But if you are not sorry and you are just going through formality, they say, just say, I'm sorry, and you say, I'm sorry, and you don't mean it. Don't put the person through that emotional torture. So for Jennifer, please apologize again and again and again and get other people to also apologize.
Right.
None of them will work.
We have another caller. Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, good afternoon. Your name and where you calling from?
This is Prosper calling for Zara.
Right. Prosper, just lower the volume of your set, or you better just put it off. We are getting the feedback.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
So what's your question?
My question that
Yeah.
if you're working with somebody, you're in group and the same work,
Yeah.
or maybe one of your colleagues went to report to your master that you have done this, but your master wants to tell you that this is how your colleague have told me.
Okay.
So anytime you see your master, the way his attitude towards you yourself, you're not happy. So
Okay.
is it good that you ask your master, oh master, if I have done something to you,
Okay.
let me know.
All
My
right.
master say, oh, nothing. But the kind of relationship I have to my master on the work side is no more there again.
Okay.
Is it good for me to stop the work, or I should continue?
Okay.
Or immediately when I stop the work, the master will have to know that the kind of report they give it to me is in the right way, it's the wrong way.
Okay.
If you call me back, I should come out to the workplace again. Should I go back?
Okay. All right. So thank you very much. You got a question, right?
Yes.
Right. So we'll respond to your question right now. So just stay tuned.
Yeah. Thank you.
This is interesting.
Thank you very much, our brother from Zaire. Thank you for the question. Now, in the work environment, organizational politics, these things happen.
Yeah.
So people will report you, or people will share something with your boss, and sometimes a certain position is taken against you and you may not know. It does happen. I think the suggestion he made is the right thing to do. Go and ask.
Yes.
Instead of also assuming. Okay, go and ask. Sometimes it's not even a report that the person has heard. Sometimes maybe something happened from the home and your boss is struggling with it, and it has nothing to do with you.
At all.
But you see the behavior is cold towards you, and I may conclude that, oh, someone may have reported me. So when you ask, if it is that someone has reported you, if there is any boss or any person listening to me, when something like that comes up, be honest and have a conversation. Talk about it. Discuss it. Let the person know, this is what you did, I don't like it. This is what you did, next time don't repeat it. Or this is what you did, next time I want you to do it this way.
Okay.
It helps the person to grow. If you're a boss, you're a leader.
Right.
And leaders groom others.
Right.
Leaders empower others, and this is part of the empowerment process, to let the person overcome that kind of behavior.
That's even said. You see, there are some bosses don't even have that relationship with their subordinates. It's like the subject king kind of thing. I command you do this. You are supposed to come to work at this time. Pick them, like welding. Pick the metals. Put them here. Yeah. They don't even want to listen to the aspect of the subordinate or the apprentice. So how would they even get to know what is going on in the lives of their so
that is why they say that people don't leave jobs, they leave bosses.
Right.
People don't leave jobs, they leave bosses. if you have a good boss, and even the conditions of service are not good, you stay because of your boss.
Yeah, right.
But where the boss is the one on your neck, you want to exit quickly. Okay, so rightly said, go talk about it.
Right.
All right. Now, if you ask and the person is not open, sometimes in some organizations, your boss has a colleague. Okay, your boss may have another colleague that they are at the same level.
Yeah.
If that is possible, talk to that person and see whether that person can talk to your boss and see whether your boss will listen or open up to someone else to let you know what really the problem is.
Okay.
The truth of the matter is that if you try all the possible avenues of trying to resolve it, and this person is not telling you what it is, and the person is also not opening up and not relating with you very well, you'll be unhappy at the workplace.
Okay.
And that when that happens, your productivity goes down. And eventually they will come and accuse you of not delivering, and then they fire you. You see, so when it gets to the point where you've tried every means possible to get a resolution to the issue and it's not forthcoming, then you can take the exit. It means that you've done all that is possible so far as you are concerned, and it's still not being resolved. Then you can go. If they later find out that you are indeed right, and so they want you back, you can go back. But this time you go back on your terms.
I just have a question here. This person says that what will be the best way to go about some of the things. I have to rephrase the question. The question is, what is the best way to go about this situation where a woman complains more about the bad side of the husband than the good side of him to his friends? Now the friends are tired of her. The friends are tired of her complaints and want to advise her. So I don't know. Maybe I'm trying not to disclose the person's identity here, because
the Bible is right. The Bible says that hell has no freeway than living under the same roof with a nagging woman.
Wow.
If a nagging woman can lead you to commit suicide.
Right, that is true.
The person is always nagging and nagging and nagging. The effect is that you feel unworthy as a man or a woman. If you live under the same roof with someone like that, the person makes you, constantly making you feel you fall short. Yeah. Constantly making you feel you don't measure up. Constantly making you feel small.
That's true.
You know, someone that if you're a man, you went out to marry into your home, and now the person is making you feel you're small. It can enter into your head. You need a lot of emotional intelligence to deal with something like that. So if you're under such a roof, some individuals like that, they need help themselves. Right. They need help. So they need counseling.
Because they are always finding that they are always finding faults.
And there are people like that. Naturally, they're always finding faults. I remember one person I was coaching, and you hear things like, well, my daughter is complaining, but if I don't say anything bad, she should know she has done the right thing. You know, when the doctor is saying the mother is not complimenting her, she's saying that if I don't say you have done anything bad, you should know then you are doing good.
So it's only the bad you will talk, but the good you won't talk.
The person should know that once you are not saying it is bad, then it's good. Right. You know, but this is all part of emotional intelligence. You see, look, the truth of the matter is this: we are all human beings. Right. I'm a human being, so I'm speaking like a human being. All of us, as human beings, need encouragement. Yes, every one of us needs to be encouraged. Everyone needs a dose of encouragement. So, any opportunity you get, compliment people. Any opportunity you get, tell people when they are doing well, tell them Because, many of us are walking about, we are not sure. We're not even sure of ourselves.
That's true.
And you do someone a lot of good if you tell the person, oh, this thing you did well. Okay? And I just wish the person all the best. But I tell you, it is not easy to live under the roof with someone who is constantly nagging.
Right.
It's dangerous. You should get help for the person. Get a counselor. There are many marriage counselors in town. Okay? There are many marriage counselors in town. Get help. And marriage we are working on it. We are working on our marriage together. All right? So you don't expect that the marriage will be good when you're not working at it.
One counselor told me that even 100 years living with your partner, every day you would always discover something new about the person.
That's right.
So you can't get up one day and say, "Oh, I know my partner, I know my wife, or I know my husband."
No.
So sometimes he was of the view that whether you are happy with your partner or not, you should always seek counseling. But it's like we are always waiting till there's a problem, then we go look for a counselor. And I don't know, but this is my point of view, or this is how I feel. I feel like when you have a problem and you now go to get a counselor, you probably might not even listen to the counsel. You probably might not even listen, because at that point you are probably going through a situation which might cloud your judgment or your analysis of the situation.
Yeah, thank you very much. And I also just want to make a general statement.
Okay.
Because of the questions that have come from our listeners and those who have called. And the statement I want to make is this: no matter what the situation is, there is always a solution.
Right.
There's always a solution out there. So anyone that is listening to me, anything is bothering your mind, anything is disturbing you, don't carry it alone.
Okay.
Talk to somebody. Open up and talk to someone. If you let it eat inside you, by the time you realize, you snap, and your mind just goes off, and that state is not easy to recover. So don't allow yourself to get there. Talk to somebody. Talk to someone about it. And so many people are out there who are willing to help. The same way we are helping at HiCAT, this is what we do. We do trainings, and our trainings are basically on leadership skills. And leadership skills are many. Just like a leader needs to communicate.
Sorry to interrupt you. I think we have a caller. Hello?
Yeah, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Your name and where you calling us from?
My name is Nico. I'm calling from Pelingu.
Nicholas from Pelingu.
Yes.
Okay, your question.
Contribution.
Okay, your contribution.
Yeah, so I heard your presenter make a statement earlier about anger.
Right.
Yeah, he said that if there's an issue that is supposed to make you angry, it makes you angry only because of the way you have talked about it or the way you have analyzed that issue.
Yes.
If you decide to analyze that same issue differently, the anger could reduce or even completely go away.
Yes.
So in my view, anger is not something that is unavoidable.
Okay.
Sometimes it is a choice. It's the way we analyze the issue that makes us angry.
Okay.
So if we analyze the issue differently, we could stay without getting angry all our lives, because we would always analyze the issues to favor us.
Right.
And the other point I want to make is that people who are listening should take note that anytime somebody gets angry, some hormones and poisonous chemicals are released into the body system, the person's system. Okay. And so each time you get angry, you're actually poisoning yourself and killing yourself slowly. So that's the word of caution for people who are quick to anger.
That's true. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. And God bless you for this great input.
Wonderful.
Right. So Nicholas just made an input. And the last part is, where he talks of the hormones, especially stress hormones. If you release a lot of stress hormones into your system, you are actually cutting down your life by a minute. So anytime you get angry, it means you are taking a minute out of your life. And that is why someone who smiles always looks younger than someone who frowns always. So I like that aspect. Your partner or who stores your name?
Yes, my partner.
Okay.
My name and added my profession.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. So thank you very much. We'll just so you want to know, if you get to know that this is how your partner has stored your name, what do you do? Is that your question?
Yes, please.
All right. So we'll just respond to you right away.
All right.
So yes, my little suggestion would be tell your partner how you want your name stored. It's as simple as that.
Yes.
Now, this is one way of thinking about it.
Right.
You are thinking about it that this person has stored it because of this.
Right.
Sometimes, excuse me, I don't know, but it could be that the first time you met,
right,
this is how you were introduced to each other, and then I store your name. I had friends that I stored name, this name, Car. To remind me of where we met. And the experience we had. So I'll store the name like that. It does not mean that the work you do is what makes you who you are. Okay? It may be that case.
Right.
If that is the case, if you remind me as a partner or as a spouse that the way you have stored my name, I don't feel it.
Right.
It just make it this name. Simple. It's not a big deal.
That's
you get
true.
me?
Yeah.
But if someone stores your name like that, it doesn't speak well.
Right.
That is why this is an issue for our sister that has called.
Right.
There are times that, for instance, I've been careful not to store my wife's name as wife on my phone for security reasons.
Right.
You see,
true.
because now people pick your phone, you can take it for repairs, and maybe someone picks your wife's number and calls, "Are you not Mr. So and so's wife?"
Yes.
And they use that to gain access. You see, but you don't store. I can't store my wife's name and say Daniel Carpenter. That is extreme, but it can be worked out.
Yeah,
it's very simple.
And it could probably even be that after storing the number, you just even forgot to change it.
Yeah.
And it stays. And because you now know the number of head, you just pick the phone.
You don't even remember how you stored it.
Anyway, that's true. But I think that the best is just what you said. Sometimes he probably might have forgotten. Yeah. And then if you are also not comfortable with the way he has stored your name, maybe you approach the person.
Yeah.
And just iron it out. Right. I think if our sister, you are listening, I think that the best is to approach your partner. If that cannot get it sorted, like he rightly said in the previous questions, get someone as well. It shouldn't just be you alone dealing with the situation. You need to equally get someone, and then you can handle it an intelligent way. Yes. So you were still on high card.
Yeah.
And the activities.
Yeah, so we do trainings on leadership skills, and because leadership skills are broad, we talk about so many things, and that helps us, and leadership is not just position,
right?
It's about influence,
right?
And all of us influence people. You are a brother, you are a sister to someone, you are a husband to someone, you are a wife to someone, you're a parent to someone, you're a colleague at the office, you're a boss, you're a direct report to someone, and you need to influence people. It's about relationships. So these things matter. How do you have teamwork, collaboration? How do you inspire people? How do you lead people? How do you influence people? How do you get them to produce results? All these are part of the skills trainings that we do. Right. And as we have talked about emotional intelligence, that is really where we hammer more, because a lot of the transformation starts with me,
right,
myself, and I. Once that is sorted, Every other thing will be okay.